Every industry has unique expressions and words that are difficult to understand, even in your own language. And it can be even trickier when you need to know and be able to use these words in another language, in our case, English. Learning all of these terms in a new language can be daunting. Fortunately, we've created this video which contains simple terms for you to study, and you can use these unique real estate expressions in English as you work with international clients. Hi, if we haven't already met, I'm Jenny from Real Estate English Academy. Welcome back to our 5-part series of videos covering some of the real estate English basics that will help you communicate with your international clients and land more deals. Today's video is actually a bonus video where we'll talk about real estate English terms that relate to people and documents that are relevant in real estate. I've also included a link to a quiz in the description. I recommend that you take it to ensure your knowledge is up to scratch. Okay, let's start out today's video by taking a look at industry-specific terms that are used for various people. First up is janitor or caretaker. The first point to note here is that the term janitor is typically used in American English, and the term caretaker is more standard in British English. A janitor or a caretaker is a person that has been employed under contract at a property like a condominium complex, a school, an office building, or an apartment building. The janitor is the person on site who's responsible for the upkeep of the building and the property grounds. This can include activities like cleaning public areas, doing minor repairs, removing garbage, and doing some landscaping. Example: the office building features a reception area, an underground parking structure, and a janitorial service. The janitor takes care of cleaning the public spaces and the landscaping on a weekly basis. Landlord or lessor. A landlord or lessor is essentially an individual or an organization that grants a lease to someone else. The landlord or lessor is the owner of the asset that is being rented or let under contract to the lessee. The lessee either agrees to make a one-time payment or a series of periodic payments to the landlord or the lessor in return for permission to use the property or rental unit. Example: the landlord has refused to fix the many issues at the rental property, which the tenant has found frustrating. That is why they are now in the market for a new location. Lessee or tenant. A lessee or tenant is an individual, or in some cases multiple parties, who have signed an agreement to rent accommodation, office space, retail space, or similar for a period of time. Although the lessee does not own the property, it is their responsibility to look after the property. It's common for the lessee or tenant to pay a deposit of 1 or more months' rent in advance. Example: my client is looking for a tenant to move in immediately and requires an $1,800 deposit. Owner: a person or organization to whom a property belongs. The owner could be an individual, or the property could be owned jointly, and the owner is entitled to freehold possession. Example: I contacted the property owner to see if they were thinking about selling anytime soon. Real estate agent or estate agent. You will typically hear the term estate agent used in British English and are more likely to hear the term real estate agent used in American English. A real estate agent is a person who's authorized to act for another party, generally the owner, when it comes to renting, selling, or managing a property. As you probably know, becoming a real estate agent involves obtaining a license and relevant training. Example: I'm interested in switching real estate agents because my current agent is never on time and takes forever to get back to me. Auctioneer. An auctioneer is licensed to offer for sale or to sell real estate where multiple potential buyers compete to purchase the property. That property will go to the highest bidder. Example: the auctioneer was straightforward and prompt with the sale of the house and made the entire experience very convenient. Client. A client engages the services of a valuer or an agent and is the party responsible for paying the fees or commission of that valuer or agent in return for their services. Example: I have a few potential clients who are interested in purchasing your property. Building inspector. A building inspector is an authorized person who is qualified to inspect the building during and upon completion of construction. It's their responsibility to make sure that the building has been constructed in compliance with the building permit and other applicable regulations. Example: the building inspector will not sign off on completion of construction until the required changes have been made. Vendor. In real estate, a vendor is the person or people who are selling the property for the owner. You'll see this word used in contracts and in sales particulars. Sometimes the word seller is used instead. Example: the vendor has asked that interested buyers do not contact the tenants. Please contact us if you would like to schedule a viewing. Okay, now that we've covered some of the people involved in real estate, let's move on to our second section of bonus content: documents. First up is floor plan. A floor plan is a professional architectural drawing to scale. The floor plan shows the layout and the dimensions of a building, usually drawn between the walls, to specify room sizes and wall lengths. Floor plans are a helpful view from above that show the relationships between rooms. Example: we requested the floor plan to see what renovation works would be possible so that we can meet the tenant's specifications. Sales and purchase agreement. A sales and purchase agreement is a legally binding contract for the sale of a property on agreed terms. The purchaser and the vendor each sign a copy of the agreement and then exchange these documents. During this process, a deposit is usually paid by the purchaser to the vendor. You will sometimes see the sales and purchase agreement abbreviated as SPA. Example: we will be unable to begin renovation until your client has signed the sales and purchase agreement. Sales particulars. Sales particulars contain all of the information that is relevant for advertising and marketing a property. This information includes a general guide to the property, including location, description of the land to be developed or the landscaped areas if the property has already been developed, as well as key features, physical boundaries, photos, and references related to easements and covenants. Example: according to the sales particulars, the property includes 5 acres and is only a short 5-minute drive from town. Certificate of occupancy. A certificate of occupancy establishes that a significant refurbishment project or building is complete. It states that the project has reached a stage where it now complies with all applicable building codes and is in a condition that is suitable for occupancy. Example: we will not be issued a certificate of occupancy until the building inspector signs off on the last stage of the project. Certificate of title. A certificate of title refers to an issued document that indicates the ownership and interest in a parcel of land. Example: after we receive the certificate of title, we can officially include the logistics property near Oslo in the fund's portfolio. Thanks for watching this video all the way to the end. Go ahead and like this video if you found it helpful. And as always, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. It's free and you can change your mind at any time. We also offer several courses that will help you improve your English for your job even more. So take a few minutes to check those out on our website. Let me know in the comments if there are any other topics that you'd like us to cover, and don't forget to take the quiz to test what you've learned. Looking forward to seeing you soon.